Hey Skye Beauties, welcome to my fall tutorial. So I've done a fall look because I figured that where you are it probably is fall, but it's spring over here in Australia, so crazy that we're on different sides of the world. It's pretty cool too. So I've chosen some colours that are cranberry colours that goes with my top nicely, which I thought is appropriate for fall. And I've used all the products that are affordable, so you can get them at your drugstore, which is great. Love it. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, so I'm just gonna prime my skin first and do my eyes with this Baby Skin by Maybelline. Just get your skin ready for putting all that makeup on. Fills in all the creases as well and the pores. So I'm using Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser for dark circles. If I can get the lid off. So I'm going to use my Sigma 3D HD Precision brush to blend my concealer in. So I'm using my Morphe palette in 35T, and I'm going to use this colour here because it's fairly matte, and I'm going to use it all over my eyelid. So now I've got my Sigma concealer brush in F70. I'm going to use that same Morphe palette in 35T, and I'm going to go for this colour here. Starting in the middle of my eye. I'm just keeping this in the middle section. And that same colour, I'm going to run it along the bottom lash line towards the centre. So I'm using Sigma Small Angle E65. A lot of the time when I'm doing makeup, I'll plan a particular look and I'll start using the eyeshadows, and then I'll just end up playing around and I'll see, you know, oh, I need a bit more here, or I need to do something over here, and I'll just go from there. So it's all about just playing with it and working with it and seeing what works. Seeing what you can come up with, what you can create. So I'm going to jump to ColourPop, and this is Get Lucky it's called. The best way to apply this is with your finger, so I just use my ring finger and pat a little bit on. So again, I'm just going over the top of the last colour I put, and it's in the middle section of my eye. So I'm going to use ColourPop in Drift. Just dabbing a little bit on the outer corner of your eye, bringing it up towards the crease. So I'm putting the colour on first and then I'll blend them. It's like you're just placing them there where you want them. Don't bring it out too far, keep it in. And then the good thing about this is you can keep putting more on there, so you can just layer it up to emphasise that colour more. So I'm just going to darken the edges with Mittens. Just the outer corner to darken that up. Literally just dotting that on, not moving it around too much, keeping it in the one spot. So I'm going to use my Urban Decay Naked 3 brush. It's a synthetic brush, which is really good because it's not going to push that product around too much. It's going to keep it all together. So I'm going to use Mittens again. So I'm going to be putting this on my lower lash line. So now for blending, so I'm going to use my Morphe G24 brush and blending that out. So I'm just going to flick it out and then working your way out in that crease line. So you can just go sweep back and forth over that crease line. So I'm going to use Lunch Money, this is called, and it's by ColourPop as well. And I'm going to get to my concealer, Sigma Concealer F70 brush. This is a highlighter, but you know, I always mix things up and I like to use it on my eyes as well. Dabbing that on the middle section here. So it's just little dabs, so I'm not pushing it around, I just want to place the eyeshadow on. Well, it's not eyeshadow, but highlighter. It's good being able to use one product for multiple uses. And a little bit on my brow bone. So I've got my Morphe palette in 35N, and I'm going to use a combination of these two colours. So there's a black here, and there's a maroon, I guess you call it colour. I'm going to sort of dab them on and mix them together to get a darker look, so I can really emphasise those eyes and define them a bit more. So I'm just going to bring this in halfway to where my pupil is, my iris, either one. And then I'm going to do that same thing on my top eyelid. So I'm just going to grab this colour from my 35N palette from the Morphe. Using my eye shading E55 Sigma brush, I'm just dabbing that outer corner just to blend those colours together. I'm going to use a gold liner now. It's by NYX in a nice goldy colour, and I've got to find the I'll have it written here somewhere. Gold. In gold. It's easy. So I'm just going to do my waterline if my eyes stop watering. I'm going to use Scandaleyes, and what's the colour? It's by Rimmel. It's just black. It's just black. Can you see that? So I'm just going to touch here and just little dots on this inside part, like inner eyelid, and then short flicks, drawing it all the way across and then bringing it up at the end. Okay, so I'm going to do my base now. So I'm using the Fit Me by Maybelline. I'm using my Beauty Blender. I'm just going to start in my nose section and then work my way out. So I'll just do short little flicks with this, and in any areas you need more coverage you can dab. Now, I know I already put a bit of this under my eyes before, but I wiped half of it off. So I'm just going to do little triangles here, so I'm bringing it down to next to my nose. I've got a little pimple there that's been healing that I keep picking at, so I'll cover that up. Inside parts here, around my nose, just under my mouth, chin. I usually just go above my brows here. You're done? Nah, just joking. Not really. So around your eyes, be really careful that you're coming up to where you put the eyeshadow and the liners. You can keep that really clean underneath your eye. If I'm using colour, I like to do my eyes first and then I'll do all this after, so you can really clean up under your eyes. And then after that, I'll get the Beauty Blender again and just press, just so that you're mixing that concealer with your foundation. So I'm going to use my E.L.F High Definition Setting Powder in Sheer, and then I just tap it on, working on those T-zone areas. So any area that you're prone to getting sweaty, just make sure you're putting more on that area. I get quite sweaty, so I'll get my makeup perfect and everything will look great, and then next thing I know, I look in the mirror, T-zone sweaty. So it's good to take this with you as well in your handbag if you can. And you can just apply it on in the middle of the night. You know, if you're dancing the night away, run to the bathroom. I was using my Sigma large powder brush, F30, and now I'm using Sigma tapered highlighter in F35. I'm just going to use that same powder just under my eyes to set under there. So that'll set that concealer as well. Alright, so now I'm going to contour, and I'm going to use my Sigma large angled contour brush in F40. Contouring and highlighting kit. And it's really good because on the back it tells you how to do it. So you're following that line under there, underneath your cheekbone. If you want to learn how to use cream contours, I've got another video. I'll pop the link in the caption below in the Dropbox section below. You'll see it there anyway. Someone's come to visit me. I hope it's our food. All right, so now we're going to do jawline along here, contour here and under there. So if you've got a bit of a double chin or this going on, you darken that and that'll give the appearance of your chin coming out and being more slender. So you can stick it out like this and then follow that line. It's amazing what you can do with makeup and contouring specifically. Okay, so I've got my Sigma small contour brush, F05, and my Physicians Formula. It's a palette with all different shimmers, so it's got all different colours. You can either pick them individually, I use these on my eyes all the time, or you can swish it around, or dab, and mix them all together. So this works really well as a highlight on my cheeks, and it's just that part along there. Let's do a little bit at the end of my nose. A little bit on your chin. You can also highlight these areas here. It's up to you how far you want to go. Now we're going to use some blush. So I've got my Max Factor. It's Cream Puff Blush in Seductive Pink. Ooh. Seductive, hey? So Sigma Duo Fiber Powder Blush in F15. So it's brow time. So I'm using E.L.F and it's in Neutral Brown. So I'm just going to brush it first. It's always the first thing I do. Just starting at the base, flicking up, feeling any gaps. So it's time to make my eyelashes visible. I'm using Telescopic Lashes by L'Oreal. This is one of my favorite mascaras I've been using for years now, probably about maybe 8 years or something since it first released. I don't even remember. Shows how old I am too. But first, I've got to curl them. So just moving it around until all the lashes are in and it's right at the base. Clamping down, I hold it for about 20 seconds. Moving on to lips now, so I'm going to use my Rimmel Lasting Finish Kisses. It's 1000 Kisses Stay On Lip Contouring Pencil. And the colour is Wine. So I'm using my favourite lipstick colour. It's by Kate by Rimmel and the colour is 107. So there's my look for fall, it's all done. I hope you enjoyed it and learnt something new and you won't be afraid to try some new colours that are seasonal. Don't forget to subscribe to my new YouTube channel. Just dying on the powder. Translucent powder killing me. What, there's someone there? Is someone here? What's that noise? I thought I was home alone. By Sigma. Circularing it. Circularing? Is that a word? I think I've made it up. AC on tour.
I don't see anything connected, but I can help once you've set something up.
Right! Okay! Thanks, Siri. Shh! 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 I hope you loved it and I'll see you next time. I couldn't kiss my fingers because I'll get lippy all over them. And give it a thumbs up. Give every video a thumbs up because you love it, right?